You are now tuned into the Spartanite. My name is Nadia Arain. I am an occult specialist that uses spiritual intelligence to empower entrepreneurs for massive profit and impact in all areas of their life. I'm also an award-winning mentor, award-winning author, clairsentient psychic, and founder of the Spartanite. Like, comment, share, subscribe. There are much more goodies coming to this channel. I'm really excited to share it with all of you. So today's really interesting topic is more of a request topic that I received from a client of mine, and it is basically the ancient Egyptian black magic money curses as to why people really can't make money in this world. So there are a lot of people, and I'm sure yourself included, who is watching this video and has seen that there's some sort of evil connected with money, right? People don't seem to understand what it is, but they just dismiss it as, you know, the Bible says that the root of all money is evil. No, it's not. The love of money is the root of all evil. What does this mean? It basically means that if you're getting up and you're going to a job that you hate, you love that money so much that it's now become the evil in your life. This is why people are drained in jobs, they're miserable, they feel like their soul is like 0.1%, it's reducing every day. But people don't know another way, and a lot of people unfortunately are too lazy to find other ways in life. There are plenty of other ways to generate money in the world. It's the to do thing, or the becoming thing, basically, especially if you're both parents or in employment. So what are these ancient black magic money curses? Where do they come from? So on and so forth. Basically, money is not a human concept. It's an extraterrestrial concept. And when it was given in exchange to human beings, or the cabal, who are obviously reptilians and they're not fully human, it was given in exchange for control. It was given in exchange for misery, which is why so many people feel so miserable in the presence of money. They feel controlled. They feel like it's this paper, this thing that has taken over their life, essentially. And for most parts, yes, that is true. Now, as we all know, and if you're not aware watching this, the cabal do run the world. You have ruling masters that obviously control the supply of money. Now, what they do is when they control this supply of money, at the core, at the source. So say, for instance, there's water that's pouring out at a pump, and at the source you're putting in stuff, which obviously there's fluoride, there's chemicals in the water, which is why people are in the state they are today, especially in the Western worlds. But back to money, obviously. What essentially has happened is the cabal has used very, very strong black magic to put sort of shockwaves of misery, fear, control, so on and so forth in this money vibration, which is why it's very important in this day and age to be magically aware. Now, you don't have to practice sorcery, you don't have to practice magic, is what I say, although it's really going to help you, and it's going to help you come up on top and stay ahead, because if something is being used against you, the only way to reverse the effects of that is to use it and neutralize it, if that makes sense. It's sort of like how people say you have to fight fire with fire. You traditionally fight fire with water, is what I usually say, but in this instance, fighting fire with fire is very correct. Why? Because if somebody has done baneful magic on you, nefarious magic, or have tied you up, you have a sihr, which is Arabian word for witchcraft, and or you have sort of low magic done on you, or spirits, and so on and so forth. The only thing that can break that is benevolent or kind or good magic that will tear it apart, which is why I work so very hard in my work and Spartanite to really create a magical safe place for entrepreneurs, for people that are really looking to get ahead and they want to break out of the chokehold binds of poverty, of sadness, of lack, of misery, because these ancient black magic curses, and they're Egyptian black magic, it's coming from Egyptian times. I'm talking ancient Egypt, like pyramid type of Egypt times, not modern Egypt. I'm talking more Kemet than anything. So this has obviously continued on in a bloodline. A lot of people are in the mundane realm, is what I would say. Mundane means you're non-magical, or people would call it muggle in Harry Potter terms. It basically means that you don't practice magic, or you are not of a psychic bloodline, so on and so forth. Basically, you cannot see into the other realm. It feels like a veil that you can't pierce through. Now, what happens is that piece of paper, or that money, you see it as like a physical thing, essentially, in your hand. You don't see it as something that's energy, because remember, if you learn how to leverage and bend energy and time, it's going to be very easy for you to generate money, because now you know that it's not money itself. There's nothing wrong with money. Let me give you an example. This obviously is, you know, the little remote control that I have for my video. And if I did magic on this doesn't mean that this is evil, right? I hope that's making sense. But now what it is that once I've done magic on it, whoever uses it obviously ends up, there are massive issues, which is why so many people are so badly controlled by it. So if you're wondering, you know, what's going on or how can I reverse this, it's basically really understanding three key things. Number one, the English language is an occult language. We either bless ourselves with what we say every morning, every night, or we curse ourselves. Basically, we have words that have very deep vibrational elements. So basically, like where my choker is in the throat chakra, sometimes when you want to summon a spirit, you have to vibrate a set of unintelligible phrases or words, which to the logical human mind is not going to make any sense. But that spirit is going to come in, good or bad, it doesn't make a difference, because we're not looking at things in binaries here, right? So the same thing goes with money. You have to remember that money is not a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's amoral. It's not immoral. Immoral means that it obviously is lacking morality. Amoral means that it doesn't have that. It's not good. It's not bad. Money is very much similar to a knife. You can either chop vegetables or your chicken or meat or whatever it is for dinner, or you can murder somebody in cold blood. Now, what's happened is that most people on this earth essentially don't realize that what the cabal have done is they've created something called credit. Now, what's happened is that they have flooded wrong credit onto the markets in 2008 when Lehman Brothers crashed, so on and so forth. I can go into the history of money, but I want to try and keep it really concise so that you understand. Credit has become really, really difficult and tighter to obtain. It kind of reminds me of someone that works really, really hard, and it's like the proverbial the donkey with the carrot. It's like it's sort of, you're never really going to reach the carrot, but it sort of dangles that illusion, essentially. That's what people have become with money. What I will suggest and say to you is that if you're watching this, know that money isn't evil. One can do a lot of good things, provided that your intentions with money are good. Because if your intentions with money are not good, you're going to be resorting to all kinds of evil to obtain it, just so that you can live a happy, comfortable life, and then you're going to hate yourself, and then you're going to want to get rid of that money. So really, I would encourage people watching this, please go and research, you know, the ancient Egyptian curses, black magic curses on money. Like, money was this really pure and sacred energy, and they put horrible, you know, black magic curses. Black magic, all magic is black, let's put it that way. Even the good magic, because in order for magic to be effective, it needs to be powerful, which is why most of these candle magic and so on and so forth, it doesn't work, because it's not strong enough to, you know, tear whatever, you know, is going on in the world for explosive results. So I hope that's made sense, a little bit more sense to lots of people who might be trying to find an answer about, you know, what's wrong with money in this day and age. There's nothing wrong with money. It's what they've done on a very deep level through scalar wave programming, through different things in the world, whether it's through your water, your food, nanotechnology. This curse has been activated through people. Poverty is the worst curse in the world. I always say this, because if you don't have money, you're going to conjunct up and concoct up all types of evils to be able to bring it into your life. And that's where people's morality is really tested. People rape, people lie, people steal, cheat, kill for money. Why? Because they feel like inherently they're tuning into that curse, that very ancient old curse that keeps human beings on so like a three-dimensional level very miserable, very stuck. And the extraterrestrials that actually brought that concept from other realms. I know that beings from Pleiades and Sirius, Pleiadians were nice, Sirens not too sure about that, but they were very advanced. And even things like technology, it comes from the 23rd century, and you know, it's obviously been given to us here just 2 centuries behind in the 21st. So if you have any questions in regards to, you know, these curses, or you want to learn more, please feel free to drop a message in the comment box. Essentially, it's very important to educate yourself with wealth consciousness, because remember, if you're not working towards wealth consciousness every single day, you will most certainly by default be working towards towards poverty consciousness, and that's really not a healthy thing, because, you know, if you're not working towards a healthy body, you're just going to end up defaulting and eating lots of donuts and pigging out and sitting on the couch and thinking, oh, why have I got a big fat belly, and, you know, my thighs are not slim anymore. So you have to make the conscious effort to understand money very well. As I said, number one, it is an occult language. English is an occult language. Number two, you have to study wealth consciousness. And number three, you also have to study poverty consciousness as well, to identify with those set of beliefs that need to go from your life, that need to be eliminated, is what I would usually say. So I hope that's given you guys some sort of clarity in regards to that, and hopefully you can tune in for the next video. Take care, and I hope to see you very soon.